This is Niko Kapetan from the band Friko that's now out there touring. They have their new album out. You were standing at a graveside, right?
Yeah, in Michigan. Just like out in like a town of like, just like a town where like probably there was like 10, 20 families that lived there, and it was like a church, and it was like the gravesite, and then it had like a father and daughter buried next to each other. It was really sad. And then it ended up coming from that after a while.
The name on the gravestone was Ella.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you wrote a song for Ella, and that's it. And folks, you got to hear the rest of it, man. It just gives me chills every time I hear it. All right, we're talking about the recording process. Where does that come from? How does a person connect so deeply with their emotions that they can write these beautiful words? And this is just scratching the surface of the stuff that I've heard you do. Where does that come from? Do you have to put yourself in a mindset? Do you have to put yourself in a certain room? Are there superstitions you have?
It's definitely a certain mindset. Like, if for me, I have to be at a point where I'm not judging myself, but I'm also like really vulnerable. So it's kind of a tough place to get to. And it's kind of like you can't force it or get there consciously.
So you don't like actually say, okay, today I got to write songs.
Well, now I definitely do that more often just because it's more of a career thing.
Has it interfered with, and I don't think so because I just heard the new album. It's great. Do you struggle with the fact that the business side of it sort of may be interfering with the emotional side of it and your connection to these creative songs that you write?
I mean, the one thing about that is like it happened after it was all done and recorded. So it's like I can, us playing the songs every night, I still feel them deeply, but it's like I'm just ready to do new stuff. And like when we get home, we're going to do new stuff. I mean, that's, the whole point of it is keep making things,
But the music, that's interesting too. But the music business did hit you sort of upside the head at some point after the album was done.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we signed with ATO pretty much when the album was done, and doing the business stuff. If I can get days of break from that, I normally can get more creative because it does. Yeah. You can't think about both at the same time, and it's hard. It's definitely not easy thing to do.
Well, which was good because when you were seeking out a manager, and you I think you even called me, and I tried. We know all these old rock and roll managers that would have just eviscerated you guys, But you found Dawn White, who her management company is good.
You and Me Incorporated.
That's right, You and Me Incorporated. I love it, and even the title of it. And I even mentioned it to her that she was the perfect person for you. And, time will tell whether she remains the perfect person, but the perfect person for you, the fact that it was named You and Me, and she has this attitude that she understands you guys are very emotional, very creative guys. And the business end is things that you don't necessarily want to hear, but you have to pay attention to it yourself. But she's a great girl for you, huh? Yeah,
Dawn is amazing. Dawn's assistant, Leona, I mean, they're the dream team. Yeah. It definitely helps a lot to have like a manager and booking agent that we and like people close to us on our team that we trust, because it's like you hear a lot of horror stories, and I don't feel like we're going to run into that.